Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hi, my lovelies, my beauties, my royalties. Welcome to part two. Trust me, it'll only be the part two because I realized that I missed some things because I was starting to think about the whole Death Note thing again, and I need to write it all down in the notebook because yeah, I've got a lot of thoughts and notes and I have to like rewatch the scenes. And yes, I kind of need to go see the movie. I don't like scary. Like I'm able to watch like some of the scenes because I'm like, okay, it's a short part. It's only a scene. Some of them were longer than like some. Okay, okay, okay. Oh yeah, get out the scorching hot patty tea, boiling hot. If you like it cold, hold the ice, cause the ice is a hot mess in these streets. Check out my books, my poetry. Like down below, you'll see like how to find me. You'll see my poetry. I'm gonna have a lot of new poetry soon. Especially I mentioned in the last episode how some of it came about. He's crawling all around my thoughts and minds and nightmares and dreams and mostly nightmares. But yeah, it's been interesting. It's been infuriating and interesting. But okay, let's begin. Take that breath. Take a nice deep breath. Still gonna be waiting on those Epstein files. But yeah. Um, hmm, mm, mm. Because even with the garden, I wanted to have a hummingbird feeder. And the thing is, I have. Yeah. It's just because I planned on having it out. And I was going to write parts of my novel and write ideas for the show. And especially for the nerd show, do research and just write and enjoy the sun and stuff. That was my plan. And even some of the date nights where he was supposed to be at my house, I thought, yeah, we can enjoy the view. Like I was gonna make like try to make a picnic version of dinner, and we can eat outside and look at the stars. That was my idea for one of the weekends. And before it gets fall, or maybe before it gets too cold, maybe I'll do that for myself because even though I don't have anyone to do that with, doesn't mean I can't enjoy it for myself. And now I'm seeing more women do solo dates. And so I'm like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I need to do a solo date. So maybe that'll be alive. I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah, I still don't really. When men say I'm beautiful, I'm at. Sometimes I'm like, do you need glasses? Are you okay? Like, um, it's like Ray Charles would know I'm average, but whatever. Okay, all right. Stevie Wonder would know too. But anyway, and that's one reason why all of the times he said I was beautiful. I mentioned one of the times a couple times, but even on the car ride home, I know like he would grab my hand, and there were a few times where he was just like, "Oh, you're just so beautiful," and he would say it so often. Part of me, I just started wondering. I'm like, am I? Hmm. Even with my disability, but then I found out that wasn't true. But yeah, heartbreak sucks. And some people are going to be like, you're talking about this too much. It sucks. It hurts. And this is so different than Lock a Key. This is so different than No Heart. Because with No Heart, you know how when they say when you're ready to break up with somebody, like the relationship was over, like a halfway through. That's how it works with a lot of divorces. And that's how I know he was done in March. And that hurts a lot more. That even in March, when he was doing such romantic, selfless things, he didn't mean it. And that angers me. And that's one reason why I'm like, you don't want to see me in public. Write it in an email. Or it'd be better if he was at my house because at least I would just sit there, listen. And the thing is, I know that's not going to happen. So I say it because, yeah, you, I mean, if I was in public, I'd probably be bawling and crying the entire time because of just the lie for 3 months. Because he said he was thinking about it for 2 weeks. No, baby, you were thinking about it for 3 months. And during one of my family members, like, events or whatever, and he came over later that night because it was a really rough weekend. And I told him, you don't have to come over. He came over anyway. He was like, nope, I'm coming to get you. And I'm like, no, don't worry, you don't have to. Part of me, I'm just like, why would you play the white knight? Why would you try to save me? Why would you keep doing such nice, like, that's why the heartbreak hurts so much, because he kept going out of his way. He kept helping me. He kept making me feel like I could be special. And the difference with No Heart, he never let me make, like, I never felt special. I just knew when he knew that I was tired of him, that's when he would do something out of his way because he knew that I was done with him. And when I broke up with him, I remember it was a morning during pretty early COVID. And I knew it was over in February, especially that night that he ignored me and he pretended I didn't exist so he wouldn't have to come over. He doesn't realize it was it was over that night. But I want to still talk to him because I want to figure him out. But then I realized he doesn't even want to talk to me. So, but yeah, I think it was like a Monday or Tuesday after that. So it was like 2 weeks. Mm, it was like it was like 2 weeks after the Super Bowl because he was supposed to, like, I invited him to the Super Bowl and he said maybe, then he said no. Then the next week he had the daughters. Then the next week he didn't have the daughters. I think that's how it worked. But yeah, that week, then, like, because that was on a Saturday. And so the next Monday or Tuesday, I just remember waking up and, like, doing my morning ritual, but while brushing my teeth. I don't know. It's like maybe it was because I was cleaning like I was starting the whole washing process, and I realized I was washing him away. Just I didn't want anything else to do with him. That the thought of him disgusted me because after everything I went through, and while going through all of that, I was busting my tush off trying to help him, trying to make his life easier because he said, act like we're married. Okay. But he just kept making my life harder. But then I'm like, oh, this does remind me of a lot of the marriages that I see around me because I see a lot of women, and some women even telling me, don't get married, don't waste your time. And because I keep seeing how the men keep telling the women, make my lunch, rub my back. I keep seeing it in videos. It's like, where are the good women who's going to make my lunches? Where are the good women that's going to cater to me? Where are the women who's going to take care of my kids or make my kids and all this other stuff? But then they don't return. They forget their birthday. They forget their anniversary. They don't want to take them out for date night. Yeah. And so that was basically the relationship with No Heart and me. No Heart and I, yeah. Because even with his computer, there were times where I'm like, oh, honey, can we watch this on YouTube? And he'd be like, it's my computer. I decide what we watch. And I would have to wait until he was done with his video games. I never knew what time he was going to finish, but then if I was in the middle of watching something but he was done with his games, sometimes he would even wait for me. He would just close out everything, turn off the light, and make me finish up in the dark. He would even tell me, "Oh, hey honey, I'm going to be done in about 10 minutes." None of that. And sometimes I'm grading. Because yeah, teaching K through 8 and college, it's like reading papers and stuff like that. He didn't even give me a warning. Next thing I know, he's up doing this like quick thing and then turn off the lights. It's like, can you warn? Can you give me a heads up? Something, communication. But then with Mr. Spider, other than opening up, and that should have been the biggest red flags, because there were red flags, but I thought it was because of the trauma. I thought it was because of the heartbreak of the ex, but then I should have saw that as a red flag. Newly divorced men have no business dating. And the thing is, he probably learned enough from me. He probably got whatever pain out of his system. So now he's going to start a real relationship. For some reason, I keep meeting men before I'm the one before the one. And I'm tired of that. And there's so many guys who they try to contact me later and they tell me how much they've learned so that they're going to be good for their girlfriend or fiance or wife, and or they broke up with that woman, but like some of the things that they learned from me they tried with them and they were so giddy and happy and they were just so surprised how well it worked. Because with Mr. Spider, that happened. That happened. Even about flowers and different, like even with some of the cooking thing, like he taught me some of his cooking tricks too, but there are so many things where it was just like, oh, I taught you something else for your new girlfriend, for your able-bodied white girlfriend. Trust me, he wants a white woman. There were like that's one reason why I would ask him like, so you're okay with dating a black woman? As was this like? Because yeah, there were a few. Yeah, I'm learning a lot about myself, especially after this pain, and especially after with Mr. No Heart. I was celebrating. I was so happy to have nothing to do with him. And the fact that we didn't have any kids, so I never had this. I mean, I wanted my property, but he already told me he wasn't giving my property. He said I had to work it up and get stronger in order to see him. Wow. I should have said, oh, so when I come over, you're going to have the money too. You're going to have the money too. With interest. Because you had no interest in me when I was in the hospital. You had no interest in me when my mom was passed. Like, even in the hospital, on my mom's death day, I called him crying. He was too busy playing his video games. At the end of the day, I guess Mr. Spider keeps crawling around my mind because they are complete opposites. I was at a point where I was worried because I'm like, I'm going to be stuck with this man for the rest of my life with Mr. No Heart. I was just like, how did I get myself to this point? Why, like, my walking's getting worse. It's like, if I break up with him, no one else is going to date me. I'm stuck with him. I got to deal with him. He treats me like garbage. He thinks I'm not of any value. He thinks I'm not worth anything. He only takes me on date nights when he knows that I'm getting tired of him. I I can't. But then he knows how bubbly and giving and welcoming I am. So he knows that, oh, I'm just going to gaslight her to give me stuff. And so with the cooking and the date nights and watching movies and shows together, and he wouldn't even open up about that because there was a really cool outer space cartoon that we started watching. And I wanted to break it down, like, and that's one sad thing. I can't find another sapiosexual really that understands me because when I watch a show, I love talking about the symbolism and even the colors and like because sometimes like with one of the characters even from the science show, they were wearing a certain color. If I look at the color chart, I'll remember. But that in that episode, it was different from other ones that I noticed. So I remember looking it up and I'm like, oh, good job color wise. Yeah. But I love looking at the details, even with body language and tone and the actions of each character. It's a story, and I love stories. And but I guess since he won't even open up about his own life, other than to a particular person, he he was never going to be right for me. But I wish that he could have taken his time to understand that or see that. Because in my eyes, I thought he was amazing and perfect. And I know there's no such thing as perfect, but I mean perfect for me. But he was lying the entire time. And I think that's one reason I keep talking about it over the last 2 months. I think that's another reason why it's so hard for me to get back to the normal that I want to do and or the different things that I wanted to do this summer I just couldn't do because I was accused of being a liar for over 30 years. Everyone kept saying that I'm a liar because of how I walked. And I was beat. When I tell you I was beat, like you would not imagine how many times and how hard and how harsh it was. And I just remembered when I started college and my mom attacked me about it. And she even laughed, saying, what kind of college student's gonna walk around like that? Everyone's gonna think something's wrong with you. You're never gonna finish. And she was just going on, and then she hit me. And I told her, I was like, now I'm old enough where I can go to the police. Now I can fight back. She threatened me in so many other ways, and she kept saying that I was never going to be able to leave the house. And so, yeah, when I had the money for the house, oh, I was so upset. But when she told me that no one was ever going to love me, for the for those 6 months, I thought someone does love me, and they're not family. But at the same time, they almost feel like family because I thought he had my back and I had his. I cherished him. But I thought, finally, my mother was wrong. It's, it's a lot later in life than I expected, but I found a man who actually sees me for me. He can look past my disability because I'm more than my disability, but that's all anyone sees. That's a sad truth. That's all anybody ever sees of me. And that's one reason why, with that jerk David who's on the spectrum, after that date, he or well, on the drive home for almost an hour, 40 minutes to an hour drive. Oh, you should just stay in the house. You shouldn't get a job. You shouldn't do this. Just stay at home. No one's going to see you. No one needs to see you. Yeah, it's like, nah, the way you're walking around, no, don't do it. Don't waste your time. Just, do you know the mental? Do you know, like, especially, he was kind of hinting at that on the drive there, but he was still kind of, have good attitude or whatever. But the drive home, that entire time, and I'm thinking in my head, you have a disability. How dare you? You have a disability. But because yours is not visible, you're shoving it in my face that everyone gets to judge me right off the bat. Only if people talk to you for longer than 10 minutes, then they're going to be like, oh, I wonder. I don't get that opportunity. I don't get that at all. And being on the spectrum, it's not like you're just going to tell everybody, I'm on the spectrum. Hi, hello, how are you? I'm on the spectrum. You're not going to do that. So, but with me, yeah, I don't I don't even have to say hi. My body just says, "Hey, I have a disability. Something's wrong with me. I'm imperfect. I'm just yeah." And I thought Mr. Spider saw past all of that. But the entire relationship, he was crawling around, deceiving me, lying to me, pretending, making me feel like I thought I knew what love was. I thought I finally knew what genuine love was. And you're gonna finally start to for me to stop talking about him. I mean, yeah, it was rough. In 2 months, oh, and being on the dating apps. Oh, I forgot to tell, guys, huh, because yeah, I have so much to do on Patreon soon. But I got my first um, catfish on Threads. I got my first catfish on Threads. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be taking a lot of screenshots, but I'm also thinking that could be another live. If I can figure out if I can get, can you put Threads on the computer? Because see, it's like that's one reason I like Blue Sky and like some of the other apps, because because I really want to do an episode that's live, but if I can have the Threads with the new catfish, because I think I have another catfish on Facebook, but it's like I'm not surprised with that one. But this is my first one on Threads, so if I can share the screen and then I like you see me in the message screen at the same time, that would be so cool. So yeah, I'm hoping to do, because okay, since I know it's over. I mean, I already knew it was over, but sometimes my brain wonders, what about if you do give him another chance? In the email, he said he should have given it more time before he made the decision. So basically, he was going to break up with me either way. He didn't see me as even, I mean, I don't plan on getting married, but at the same time, he didn't even see me anywhere near that type. And part of me is just like, why in the crap did you date me then? You were that, like, guys, if you are that bored, get a hobby. Go out. Try to avoid the bar, like maybe the bar maybe once a week. Okay, I don't want you guys starting any, habits or whatever. Like, but yeah, it's like go to the gym or the library, or okay, I know the economy, especially all these stupid tariffs and crap like that. Maybe go to the mall and or you can go on a walk if you know if there's any large malls in your area. Do the mall walks and or walk around your neighborhood. And if you're responsible, get a pet. Do something that's going like find something that's gonna fulfill you. Plant a garden. I mean, we still got the summer. I don't know, like do something that grows fast, and or go canoeing, go to the park, like do some of those like free leisure activities, or if you got money, pay for it. I don't know, like I know we're on some hard times, especially with gas. So I'm trying to think of as many free things, but I mean, most of you got jobs. Shoot, find something. Being bored does not mean, oh, I'm gonna take up somebody else's time. I'm gonna trick them, fool them, make them feel a way where to the point where they just feel pointless at the end. Why would you do that? Why? I really want to know that answer. Some they just love taking time away from people. They let just I think I read one of the guys from last year's messages. Yeah, because he tried to apologize to me months later. I might make an art exhibit of all of the apology message. I don't have all of them either. Because, yeah, one of my cell phones ended up in the washing machine because I was going too fast. I was like sweeping and cleaning and doing all types. Like, yeah. And I think this was near the end of my second master's. So, yeah, I was doing homework and cleaning and all this other stuff. And so I remember throwing laundry in the wash, and then I was doing something else, but then I'm like, where's my phone? And then I started looking and looking, and then all of a sudden my eyes got so big. I was just like, I can't believe I couldn't know, and run to the washing machine, and there it is. Yep, so I lost some of them. It's sad, but it happens. Love can be a beautiful thing. Those months were beautiful, but at the same time, they were fake. And I keep using that word because that's what they were. They were fake. Even the point where, after a month later, he had the nerve to write me and tell me that he thinks about me every day. What do you think about? What do you think about? Are you sure you don't think about your ex? Or how you're happy that you got your ex wife jealous? Is that what you think about? Because if you actually thought about me every day in a positive way, why like, did my disability hurt you that badly? That's what I would want to know. Did I stop? Because I communicate all the time that I can't do certain things, and I know this is one reason why I am single. Because I don't know why, like, so many women, we're able to do hobbies on our own. We can be entertained, we can entertain ourselves. But so many men, no, they always have to do that with the other person. It's like, what, like, can't you find your own, like, because and then I wonder if that's like his ex-wife, where they always together. That would get on my nerves, because I feel like for a great relationship, you should have time apart. But see, we would have never made it because we think differently. But now I'm starting on my own. Thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handy capable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too.